You're almost there. It's the final countdown.
These are the 5 essential steps you, as buyers and sellers, will need to do before closing.
So buyers, for you, it's the final walkthrough. This is your chance to ensure that any agreed upon repairs or changes have been completed.
It's not about checking off boxes on your to-do list. It's about creating peace of mind. Recently, we had a buyer who wanted to have some repairs made on a roof prior to close. We went back, did our final walkthrough. Surprise, the repair was not complete. We went back a second time, surprise again, the roof was not complete. So we ended up calling roofers and getting quotes on it, and we actually ended up getting a new roof.
And regarding repairs, for you sellers, it's important to maintain your property in peak condition all the way up to the closing date and make sure that any agreed repairs have been completed. I would suggest take pictures of those repairs showing they were completed and also provide to the buyer or their agent receipts of those completed repairs.
And don't forget, if the refrigerator breaks, the dishwasher, you have a leak in the house, you're going to have to take care of it, make sure it's back up to where they first saw the house originally. Buyers, remember to secure your home insurance before closing. This is really critical. Your lender may call it something like an insurance binder. That needs to be done as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last minute.
And compare options. Prices vary widely. And your lender doesn't pick your insurance company for you. You get to shop for it. You get to choose it. You just have to make sure that your lender knows who it is and that Escrow is aware of it before closing.
For both parties, one thing we want to give you a heads up on. On the contract, it looks like your closing date looks very firm. It's not. It's a floating date. What we mean by that is it can change on a dime if somebody or something keeps something from going on.
What we mean by that is there are a lot of moving parts in the closing of a real estate transaction. Your loan documents have to be signed ahead of the closing date. They have to go back to the lender for review. Once they're approved, Escrow has to confer with the lender. Escrow has to take the deed to the county to record. If they hit the county office too late, it might not record that date, and then you're not closed. So when you're making moving plans, plan to stay flexible.
You might want to consider not moving the next day if you're a buyer, and sellers, you might want to consider moving the day before. Make sure everything's done and locked up so there's no delay. One thing that's almost always forgotten in this craziness of getting ready to move is changing your address and changing your utilities. So for both buyers and sellers, you're responsible to change your utilities. Sellers, you need to get it out of your name by closing date. Buyers, you need to get it into your name the day after closing.
A lot of times the assumption is made that the escrow company is going to do this for you. They don't necessarily do that. They might pay off a lienable utility bill, but they're not actually changing the account to your name. So buyers and sellers both, make sure you do these shut-offs and shut-ons, turn-ons, yourself. Make sure it's done, and make sure it's done on the closing date, because if you close late on a Friday and you need somebody to come to turn on the water valve or the gas valve on Saturday, it might not happen. So you don't want to be moving in without any utilities on.
The other thing that just recently happened to one of our clients is the utility bill did go out from escrow, but it wasn't going to be receipted until the next day. So they couldn't change the utilities because of that. So that also may be an issue for you. So double check with your utilities before you get ready to close.
I would say a few days before.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot of tips and tricks for navigating all the way from offers to ownership, whether it's at Susie's blog at rethinkingre.com/blog or on our YouTube channel. You can find it at Rethinking RE.
Check us out.